Let's go.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's H&R 72, and we got a special guest today, Kev over here. Kev is doing some stuff to his car in the garage, so we're gonna record it. He's gonna be doing what are you doing again?
Lowering Springs, rotors, pads from R1 Concepts, and caliper covers.
There you go. So we're gonna do a speeded up version of this, so the breakdown. So, as you saw over there on the driver's side wheel, we speeded it up. We learned some things, and now we're gonna tell you guys how we change the springs, rotors, and add the brake caliper covers. So first, we take the wheel off. All right, guys. So once you take off the wheel, you have to take off the rotors and the calipers. So to take off the calipers for a 5.7, you need a 13 millimeter bolt. You need a 13 millimeter socket, and you need a 20 millimeter socket. You're also gonna need a crescent wrench to hold the bolt or the screw in between here. That may spin, it may not. You may or may not need that, but just be prepared to have that in case you get a little bit of spin. Once you take those off, also you'll need to use a 10 millimeter socket to loosen the bracket for the brake line from this part of the car, because we're going to move this part down. And you also need a caliper hook, which you're going to use shortly to hold the brake caliper in place, because we're not removing the brake lines. All right, so after you remove your caliper, you put it on your caliper hook, like so. It's behind his head, don't worry about it, it's there. There you go. You may need, or not, for your old rotor. All right, so from here, we got bolts in here. I'm gonna bring the camera in and show you guys. It's a middle bolt for the tow bar, and then the top bolt right here, and then the top of your control arm, and then at the bottom for the strut. All right, so right here, you got your control arm. You're gonna loosen this bolt second. Your other bolt right here, this is the bolt you're gonna loosen first once you have pressure at the bottom with a jack. And then this bolt right there is the bottom bolt you're gonna loosen third. So yep. All right, so as you can see, the jack goes right underneath the control arm behind the dust shield right here. The jack goes right behind that under the control arm. You apply a little bit of pressure, you're gonna see it go up. That's the pressure you're gonna need to take off the bolt to the tow bar or tie rod, whatever you want to call it.
10 mil, yep.
A 10 millimeter for the top of the bolt. and then a crescent wrench to hold the nut. And we just ratchet it off like that and take it off. But now we're gonna go with loosening the control arm bolt and then down to the strut bolt. Alright guys, so you're gonna have a certain tool that makes it a lot easier to take this bolt off, and it is a
pass-through ratchet.
Pass-through ratchet. That. Put that on there. You can either use a 8mm socket over top to hold the bolt, or a crescent wrench of some sort. But this is it in real time. You've seen on a lot of YouTube videos, they're speeded up. You see as you notice, I changed shirts. I'm getting sweaty. Look, we ain't sweating. You ain't hear no F-bombs. Nothing. Alright, so now we got that. You pull this off, right?
Yep.
Boom. Pulls that off. Put the new hotness on. Oh, knock that out. You gotta.
Oh, dirt.
Yeah. Boot is in good working order. Other way. Yeah. Other way. The other way.
Make sure you grab the one with the F. That's for front.
Yeah. And these are H&R Springs. It's a little piece in there, guys. Remember that.
Just spin it to where it hit that stop.
So it has to hit that stop. You see that stop right there? That.
Reassembly.
The quick and easy part.
Probably could just use the impact for it.
I mean, that'll go faster.
I don't know.
Let's see.
It might spin again. Who knows?
Let's see. I'm trying to impact wrench right quick for. Spinning. And that's why you can't use an impact wrench. Good old human power. Work on that tow bar too, then, huh?
Yep.
Hell yeah.
That's why I bought. That's why I said I'm buying that.
Yeah. So that's at the right.
Yeah. That's
okay.
All the way down.
All right. Now this part. How we do it again? Well, this part spins, so that ain't got nothing to do.
Yeah.
But these two.
These two go towards the back, or towards the
engine.
Yeah.
Cool.
You got this now, so I don't know. Cause I can still get to it, I think.
Boom. So you can't see it, but probably how it should look when putting the tie rod back together. So as you can see in here, you see the 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
You see the ratchet, 10mm over the bolt, and then there's a crescent wrench holding the nut. You saw that. So it's on that, and then you tighten it back up that way. All right, so once you have your caliper in place, you gotta just fit in the brake pads. All right guys, so right here you need a C-clamp and a plate, metal plate, to depress the pistons so you can put them back over the brake pads.
Maybe, right?
Yeah. And just like that, the caliper, sorry about that, caliper's back on, new rotor's on. So we got a little grease on here. We're gonna hit that with some brake cleaner. I'll let that dry. While that's drying, we're gonna put the bolts back in the top and the bottom. Let's get this out of here. Don't leave that dangling. Sorry, getting a little hot, so. Alright guys, so we're going to put this MGP caliper cover on. It's going to sit just like that. It comes with brackets to put on the top and the bottom. And this is how it looks. Slide it on the top part of the caliper, like so. And the same thing on the bottom. So, like this. goes like that. And you put the bolt up top. Gotta bend it a little bit. So it goes like that. And you got the screw. And what size is that? 10 millimeter screw. What you're gonna do to tighten these down is one bolt or one nut up top and down bottom. These look pretty cool. So there you have it. That is the caliper cover as we put on. We'll give you guys a quick look at it when the wheels are back on. Wheel off, switch out the rotors, switch out the spring, and we added MGP brake caliper covers to the rear. So we're going to talk through how we did that and the tools we used. First, you start off like with the front, taking off the caliper to take off the rotor, to then get to the rear spring setup. So in order to do that, for the chargers, is that a 20? 18 millimeter for the big bolt that goes from the brake caliper to the wheel hub. 50888R. R is for rear. Here are the brake pads. He's using Optimum OEP
R1 Concepts.
from R1 Concepts. And this is the rotor. Nice, drilled and slotted. Drilled and slotted rotor. So, he's going on as well. He's alright, ladies and gentlemen. Alright guys, so now we're at the bottom. This is the front bar. The front bolt on the control arm. Go ahead, hit it, bro. There's the front control arm, or front bolt on the control arm. He's taking out now. After he takes that one out, the rear bolt is right there. Gonna take that one out next. Now this one we need to have support.
Yeah.
Want me to jack it up or no? No? Okay.
No, not for this one. Just for the top one. Not the back one. This one we're gonna have to.
Alright, so now he's gonna get under here. He's gonna take out this bolt right here. and that's why you want to have a little bit of pressure on the rear control arm. And just like that, old one goes out, new one goes in. And there's a new spring, as you can see. So you see up top there, he aligned the top piece, and now he's gonna align it back in place. This is the part where you need the jack to help hold it in place to get the bottom, the closest bolt back in on top, on the bottom of the lower control arm. Alright guys, so we had a little bit of difficulty putting it back together, the exhaust back on and the bolt, but we got it. We had to play with the jack a little bit, a lot actually, and just know a ratchet strap was involved, so we had a little bit of difficulty. Not saying you will, just saying don't forget to use your jack. It can help you with your exhaust, putting it back up, and with your rear control arm. But as you can see, it's on, and now we're going to go to the rotors. Alright, so we're going to do the pads as well right now, guys. Alright guys, so that is the finished product. The new rotors, the new brake pads, new brake pad cover, brake caliper cover, and the new lowering springs. So we're gonna put the wheel on, lower this thing down and see how it looks. That's a preview of the front. We're gonna see how it looks. That's the end of the video. The car now looks like it sounds. Mean. So thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned for more videos, and always don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. Later.
I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, here's some more videos you can check out. Before you do that though, hit the subscribe button and also the notification bell, so this way you're notified when we post out awesome new content. Go Jags!